the sky fell down, where were you? When the lights
In
went
yesterday's news cycle, a familiar drumbeat returned. Harry and Meghan's Netflix deal is ending. Outlets like The Sun were unequivocal. Prince Harry and Meghan's £100 million deal with Netflix has been scrapped, claiming the company felt it got all it could from the couple. Tongue and Country and Entertainment Weekly echoed the speculation that the multi year pact wouldn't be renewed beyond 2025 expiration. These headlines caught fire, but they were based on a narrative of decline, not renewal. There was talk of dwindling viewership with Love, Meghan, failing to crack Netflix top 300, they said, and Polo performing poorly, they said. Yet, something didn't add up. Many of those stories carried a tone of satisfaction, an air of, "We told you so." Thus, the stage was set. Es- Expectations of closure, the aroma of failure, and the scent of a story ending. And then you go to bed, you wake up, it's a new day, and it's August 11, 2025. And here comes the big pivot. The same headlines declaring doom were replaced by one of renewal. The Guardian announced Harry and Meghan sign new multi-year film and TV deal with Netflix, explicitly correcting earlier reports. People confirmed that despite prior speculation, the Sussexes had extended their collaboration under a multi-year first look deal, not an exit one. A creative storyteller would call it a redemption arc. What tabloids cast as an ending turned out to be an evolution, and a powerful one, I must say. Business Insider explained that the new structure mirrors Netflix's shift towards leaner, more flexible partnerships, like that in which they have with the Obamas' Higher Ground production company. In short, this is not a failure, it never was, as a matter of fact. It's recalibration. And that, dear audience, is where we begin to see the real story. Welcome. This is Majesty's Sussex Report, and I'm Antonio. Thank you for spending some of your valuable time here with us.
Where were you when the sky fell down? Where were you when the lights went out? Holding tight to all of the things that you love, all the things that you love. Time flew out of the window in every house. Felt the wind blow, we ran and shouted for all of the things that we love, all the things that we love.
So let's talk about content that lives beyond the headlines. Stories full of purpose and compassion. With Love, Meghan, Season 2, set to debut this fall, this lifestyle series continues weaving warmth with star studded guests. It is rumored or confirmed that Christy Teigen will be on, and also Jose Andres. Now, here is the one that I am super excited for, and I know a lot of you are too. With Love, Megan will have a holiday celebration special. Premiering in December, it promises cozy candlelit crafting, cooking, and festive joy set in Montecito. I'm also excited to watch this. Masaka Kids, A Rhythm Within, a documentary, well, a short documentary spotlighting orphan children in Uganda, turning healing into dance. And I think I've seen those kids on Instagram and TikTok. It is both tender and powerful. Meet Me at the Lake, a feature-length adaptation of Carly Fortune's best-selling romance, an intense decade-spanning emotional journey. These are not filler pieces. They embody empathy, inspiration, and global storytelling. Exactly the sort of content that builds meaning beyond royal headlines. Here is the moral sensationalism thrill, but nuance endures. It must. The British tabloids rush to declare an ending without waiting for confirmation. Well, they do that every day, every week, right? The Sun insider, because they always have an insider, someone really, really close, someone who is sleeping with so close they're in bed together. Anyways, I digress. The Sun insider claimed the deal was done. Netflix had it. They've done with them. They got everything that they could get out of the Sussexes. And Meghan's brand was eclipsing their media output. This rush echoes a broader tendency in media to prefer speculative hearsay over substantial evidence or even the truth. But now, with this renewal story, we see that truth is not always loud. Sometimes it's a quiet continuation. First look deals allow creative freedom and strategic flexibility, not abandonment, as one publication indicated. In many ways, this arc reflects our cultural longing for narrative hope. It reminds us that true storytelling isn't about arson, it's about sparkling, it's about hope. Truth whispers, sensationalism shouts. The whisper is where wisdom lives. So, my dear audience, my wonderful, wonderful people, let's celebrate new chapters that are. Harry and Meghan's Netflix story is just beginning. Not because the cameras turned back on, but because their content continues with compassion, creativity, and conviction. With Love, Meghan Season 2, which is already filmed, the holiday special, Masaka Kids, Meet Me at the Lake, each a testament to joy, empathy, and global connection. And there's others too that they haven't disclosed yet. There's other things happening. The tabloids wrote a sunset. Netflix and the Sussexes delivered a sunrise. May that be the narrative we carry forward, one of intention, of real storytelling, grounded in love and truth. Because in the end, this may sound corny, but I am corny. In the end, hope is the story worth telling. It really is.
Let the games begin.
And here is your first question. Name the animation Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, and David Furnished were creating for Netflix. A. Diamond Girl. B. Pearl. C. Lily's Big Adventures. D. Sapphire. Which one is the correct answer? Please put the letter in the chat or in the comment section. No cheating. If your answer was B, Pearl, that's correct. Pearl was the animation that Meghan and David were working on, and Netflix put a pause or stop for now on it. Hopefully, it will be revitalized or come back again.
And host at the Sun's royal show. You're going very well, that as well. You could teach me a thing or two, Matt. I saw a couple of links. Great. It's a very sad moment, Matt, and I think we should perhaps, I'm not going to say hold hands and be sad together, but Prince Harry and Meghan's $100 million deal with Netflix is scrapped in yet another huge loss of revenue for the couple who are possibly about as popular as acne.
Well, I think there's a collective sigh of relief. There's a sigh of relief from the royal family in that there's no more of these documentaries.
Yeah.
I think there's a sigh of relief from viewers that they don't have to watch it anymore. But also,
Well, they didn't have many, did they, to be
but
fair?
also a sigh of relief from Netflix. They don't have to spend, £100 million over 5 years for any more. I mean, I think the issue is, I think both sides wanted to move away. I think the Sussexes want to move in a different direction. But
What?
Well, we're seeing it at the moment.
Making.
We're seeing the damage caused by the first series, the documentary. Although they made a lot of money, the damage caused by that has been really, really difficult for them to get over. And if Harry does genuinely want to reconcile, there can't be any more Netflix documentaries like that. And they've tried the two with Love Meghan and Polo, but they were just very dull. The viewing figures were low. So I think for everybody, it's beneficial for both to just part and go in separate directions.
For weeks on end, the British tabloids and media in general staged a public mob, weaving a fantasy that Netflix had dropped Harry and Meghan, that they were failures, cash-strapped, desperate to crawl back into royal favor. The Sun's insider pronounced their £78 million contract dead, citing flop after flop. Even page 6 spoke of a humiliating blow, a drastically diminished deal, a humiliated Duke and Duchess. And Vanity Fair wondered whether Netflix had already written them off. Gosh, with friends like these, one does not need enemies, do you? The venom extended beyond business analysis. These weren't mere critiques. They were daily humiliation, crafting a narrative, the one that they've been crafting for 7 to 8 years now. Their veneer of this failure of the Sussexes, doesn't matter what they do or what they touch. But it also went into this dangerous path that it always ends up there. They veered into racism, misogyny, and an ideological campaign of failure. So many voices urged the Sussexes to crash, not because of their output, but because of who they are. I've never seen anything like this before. Never. Never seen so many people, so many magazines, so many within that media machine wish ill and failure on their subject. It's just unbelievable. But the other day I said there is a God, and there is. Here we are. Here is the truth that exposed the falsehood. Netflix didn't walk away. Instead, it offered a refreshed multi-year deal, now under Archewell Productions. Right? You see, if I were to listen and read those same publications or watch those same shows that insisted that they were so right, if I did that all the time, and every time they confirmed that they had the right information, and it turned out to be wrong. Now, if I continue to watch that source of information, what does that say about me? Oh, hang on a second. Generosity. I am generous at, oh, well, how kind. I am generous of heart, that I want to give a bunch of idiots, idiotics, stupidities. I want to give 100 chances to these idiots that are purveyors of misinformation, evil. I will continue to let them into my living room, into my home, into my sanctuary. Because I, I've tried to understand the logic behind many things. And even though, I have the foundation of who these derangers are and these people in the media are, it still fascinates me, their stupidity. Because that's the only, I don't know what else to say that it is. It's plain old stupidity. I mean, mixed with racism, misogyny, and all that. Nice little soup. But you've got to be stupid to keep watching an outlet, keep watching a channel, keep watching and reading when time after time the information that they've provided is proven to be incorrect. So why? People are so invested in the downfall of the Sussexes. Listen, I'm going to say this again, and listen carefully. There is a God. You may not believe, but there is. And I think maybe that was one of the angels just calling me, telling me to don't give the whole thing away. But they delivered. That's the point. They delivered resilience. They delivered storytelling. They delivered. And no matter how much you wish for their downfall, it will continue to be wishful thinking.
Let the games begin.
In the series Polo, after a break for a charity match with Prince Harry, Valiente, the team, and La Dolfina, the team, fight to advance to the finals for a long-awaited Gambiaso family showdown. Father and son face each other. Which one wins? The father or the son? Which one wins? If your answer was B, the son,
Bravo! Bravo!
Boroto, that would be correct. Correct. For the first time, the son beat the father. And what I mean, it was crazy watching that episode. Just one after another, one after another. It was just such excitement and well, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's an incredible series. I think it's 5 episodes. It's really, really good. Really well done.
Let the games begin.
And here is your next question from the documentary Live to Lead. Who said values rest on empathy, kindness, and equality? Who said values rest on empathy, kindness, and equality? Was it A, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, B, Sia Kolisi, C, Abby Sachs, D, Jacinda Ardern? Pick the right one. And if you went for D, Jacinda Ardern, you are correct.
Bravo! Bravo!
And here is the entire statement. New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, governing values rest on empathy, kindness, and equality. She maintains that philosophy after the 2019 mosque shooting in New Zealand, promoting solidarity with migrants and enacting strict gun laws. When COVID-19 hit, Ardern swift protection actions kept New Zealand virus-free during the early days of the pandemic. Once again, thank you for being here. Every time you watch, comment, or share, it means more than you know. I pour my heart into this work because I believe in it. And clearly, if you're here, something brought you too, and it's not my pretty face. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is your moment. Click that button. It's free, and it makes a real difference. And hit the notification bell so you will be one of the first people to be notified when something new and meaningful goes up. If you feel moved by what we're building, consider going a step further. There's a Buy Me a Coffee link and a membership option if you'd like to help us keep this going strong. It's like lighting a little candle for something you believe in. And whether you're here quietly or loud and proud, leave a comment if you can. It helps the message travel. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. By the time this commentary ends, someone in the Daily Mail, Daily Fail basement newsroom will have drafted yet another exclusive. An exclusive about Meghan Sussex smile being a coded message to a secret Hollywood producer who may or may not exist. That's the speed and absurdity of the British tabloid machine. The story, if one can even call it that, went like this. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle Netflix deal was dead, cancelled, humiliated, a massive flop, as the Sun so joyfully declared. While adjusting its moral compass with the help of a foghorn and a bottle of gin, according to these fearless truth tellers, Meghan had failed. Harry, well, he was penniless. Divorce was imminent. The Montecito house was moments from foreclosure. All that was missing was a palace insider revealing that Lilibeth had traded her teddy bear for rent money. Oh, the poor child. And then the truth arrived. Quietly, modestly, like facts tend to do. A renewed, a renewed deal with Netflix. New terms, a continuing partnership, and more creative control for the Sussexes under a production company that has already given the streamer one of its most watched docuseries in history. So, what does the press do next? Oh, you would think, right? Moral compass would hit in. They would apologize, retract, display even a modicum of shame or intellectual consistency. But that is asking too much of the brain dead, both the writers, the readers, and the people who publish this. But no, no, that's asking too much. That is being right down silly to ask for some kind of, oh, let's forget it. Let me put this plainly. They know nothing. No saben nada. Niente. They know nothing. Not the presenters on Talk TV, not the panel on Palace Confidential, not the columnists in the Telegraph pretending to be concerned about Meghan's mental health while pushing racist dog whistles between sips of Earl Grey. They don't have sources. They have vendettas. That's what they've got. They don't have facts. They have fictions. Fiction built on algorithm and bile. And they certainly don't have shame. They're a shameless son of a, hopefully a good mother. They have syndication deals, of course, to spread this nonsense around the globe. I'll say this a million times. This isn't journalism, people. It stopped being journalism a long, long time ago. It's pure excrement coming out of the mouth of idiots. This is spectacle, monetized. Fragenfreude. And I can't say that word. I don't know why I keep insisting to try to say it. Dressed up as commentary, dressed up as journalism, dressed up as insiders, dressed up as, oh, I'm a royal commentator, dressed up as if you knew anything at all. And it is the it is almost, and I'm going to say something that I don't take this the wrong way, okay? It is almost for some of them pornographic pleasure, to watch a black biracial woman fail. That's what they want. That is what they want. So they keep printing it, they keep saying it so that it will be reality. But you see, there are some godly people who believe that there is a God, who keep erecting these walls of protection against this vile, vile evil. They will not succeed. They want to see her and him dragged through the gutter. Dragged through the gutter. These insipid morons. They write as if they own the Sussexes. They speak as if Harry and Meghan owe something to the crown. They don't. As if they owed something to the press. They don't. And to the public. Oh, guess what again? They don't. A pound of flesh for the crime of independence. Your health, your sanity for the crime of independence. And when the facts don't suit the fantasy, they invent new insiders, conjure new crisis, and attach microphones to ghosts. But history, my friends, real history, will remember what they tried to do. We just have to continue speaking up, hold them accountable. It will record how a family close, how a family didn't say a word. They chose silence over defending those that should have been defended and protected. How a country's media chose profit over truth. And how a pair of exiled royals became a mirror for every unresolved sin of empire, elitism, and entitlement. The Netflix deal is not the story. The headlines were never about business. They were about punishment, embarrassment, humiliation. Drag them. Everything that they say day in and day out is no different than what Jeremy, you know what his last name is, said in The Sun. He might have used more colorful and descriptive words, but they're no different. Their intention and intent is the same. They want them punished for leaving, for speaking, for surviving. And yet, they still stand. They still stand. And that And that alone is the story. And that is the story. And still I rise. And still they rise. They rise. There is a God. Thank you all so very much for being here, having patience with me, and for being just absolutely awesome. To those people that keep funneling in one by one or two by two, new subscribers, merci, thank you, muchas gracias. I appreciate you very much for seeing something in our channel and wanting to subscribe. Thank you so very, very, very much. Much appreciated. Also, just a quick reminder to please click on the like button, leave a comment, positive, please, and download, share. All of these things tells the algorithm that we are a community and we are a vibrant community that is active, that is doing things. And what that tells the algorithm is that we are worthy enough to push out more, to be promoted, so that others who are like minded like us can find the channel. So thank you very much. And for the hard work that my wonderful, beautiful, vintage wine of subscribers that have always been here and members, thank you so much for your support. Without you, we couldn't be where we are today. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And before I get emotional again, thank you. God bless and have a wonderful day or afternoon, wherever you are. Bye for now.
Where were you when the sky fell down? Where were you when the lights went out? Holding tight to all of the things that you love, all the things that you love. Time flew out of the window and every house felt the wind blow. We ran and shouted for all of the things that we love, all the things that we love.
Alright folks, you need to head to your safe place. This tornado is on the ground. It is hitting as we speak.
In the darkest nights, look for the light, the ones who helped with no ward in sight. Picking up all the pieces of the things that we love, all the things that we love. The worst is gone, we get a second, start moving on with a patched up heart. Now to rebuild all of the things that we love, all the things that we love. lights went out.